Hey there, everybody. It's ArteDar back with some finished projects for today's the 6th. There goes the phone. It never stays on long enough. Alright, I was so inspired by Marion Smith's room art studio tour when she showed her 12 by 12 spreads of her family that she had put together, and so three-dimensional. I just adored that, so that's what inspired me tonight to do these 12 by 12 scrapbook layouts. This is my husband. Don't ask me why he has an affection for skeletons, because I don't know, and to be honest, I don't think he even knows. I do know that he has Spanish descent. He's Filipino, but with the Spanish descent, maybe it has something to do with the Day of the Dead. But in any case, he's lucky that it is such a huge thing today that he can find it anywhere he goes. So there he goes. He's got the little skeletons in his shirt and more skeletons. And Dear Gracias is his name, which means thank God. Anyway, this was inspired by Marion. Wish I had that Prima flowers. These I made with a punch and put stickles on them and stuff. Subtle hints. Okay, Prima would be lovely to have more of. This is what the scrapbook pages that I used to do kind of look like. I'd like stenciling and getting a little bit more of layers on it, and it's been glimmer misted and some splatters and stuff put on it. This is the Graphic 45 Beach paper. It's so pretty on the boardwalk. And that's my brother from Pennsylvania. He turned 50 that year, this past year, and we went out and did a little bit of cruising around and dinner, and he wanted to have that lobster at the Lobster House, which we did. That's him and I standing in front of this great big huge sailfish. But okay, so there's a big difference of flat and three-dimensional. I never did them because I thought, oh, it's not going to go in the book. But who says it has to go in the book? I'll just put it in a plastic sleeve that I buy the paper in and put it out for display for a while. Okay, did you ever make something and you were just so tickled by it and happy that the way it turned out? And I just want to share a little bit of the art, and I'm being very humble when I say this. Don't be intimidated by somebody else's art. You have to follow your dream and do what makes you feel happy. I don't create art for other people in the sense that I want to please them. I create art because I need to make myself happy. This is one of the girls that I drew that I just adored the way her face came out as though she was looking over her shoulder and ready to take flight when she was sitting on this flower top. Has a little bit of a paste texture stencil on it. But that's my green paisley butterfly. This one is hand sketched and then colored with Prismacolors, and I like the way I have the dark shading on one side and a light on this side. That was fun. I really enjoyed the way she came out. Again, follow your dreams, girls and guys. You know, anybody can do this. Just practice. You say you wish you could draw like that? You can. You absolutely can. Today you can go on the internet and find almost any class, take a class, get the basics, pick up a book in the library. They always give you the basics. It's not that hard. Of course, you have to practice. That's all there is to it. This one's called My Pink Pumpkin. She has that funky looking little pink pumpkin, and she's a pinky witch, and just like the way she came out with her little curly toes and the mixed media. And yeah, it does have a little bit of a three-dimensional thing on it. My Pink Pumpkin. She's a cutie patootie. This one I had wood burned. I'm not the best at wood burning. This is birch, which is really creamy and soft and nice to wood burn in, but it is so hard. I mean, right in here you can see where it like burned where it wasn't supposed to, and I painted over it. But yeah, wood burning's really, really hard. But I had fun. Enjoyed it. This is another work in progress, but I planned on keeping this little butterfly girl. What I want to do is find a way to get some more textures and layers and stuff going on. But this method, it's pretty, it's nice and everything, but I'm finding that there's another way for me to do my layering with my mixed media, and that brings me to another project that I'm working on for somebody. And what I do is I make my paper doll. What girl doesn't like to play with paper dolls? I mean, seriously, it's so much fun to make paper dolls. Look at this. Poor little thing. She had a broken ankle, and then she ended up with all this metal. But I just love her. She's steampunk. Her little steam thing runs up her leg, and it's going to have wings. I just haven't gotten that far with it. I want to take my time and try to get this one right. Well, like I said, make art for yourself, not for somebody else. Make it because it just frees you and it just makes you feel good. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just practice, practice, practice. Okay, that's what I have accomplished today is more on the wood. It needs more layers. It's going to get other things and probably tone down that ABC. But isn't she cute? I like that. She's coming along pretty good. Yep, she'll have wings, mechanical wings. There's another altered book I'm working on. I just wanted to give you a little look at it so that maybe next time I do a flip on it, you'll say, oh, that page wasn't in there before. This is the front cover. It's decoupaged paper, and it has, you know, the plastic underneath so that it would be more dimensional. I guess I could hit these high spots a little bit with some gold. This is cut out. This is all thread that's been sewn on. Pages that are done. This is kind of like hold it down a little bit. This is in memory of Aunt Honey, my mother's sister. She loved to play the accordion. Her and her husband had their own band, and then later in life, after going from the handheld accordion, yeah, the family's very musical. I can't sing. I love to dance, but I certainly can't sing. She would play her accordion, and then as years came on, and they came up with the organs that you could set up, and it had all the other background instruments with it, the snare drums, and Uncle Eddie played the this one, the trumpet. I guess that's what you call it, the trumpet. Not the saxophone, not the big tuba, the trumpet. And Aunt Honey played her organ, and it had the drums in the background and stuff. And they did that as their livelihood. They went from Florida back up here to the East Coast in New Jersey and around Wildwood and stuff. So this was a tribute to Aunt Honey, and I still have to get a picture of her and stuff in there. So this is the rest of the book. Blank. Needs more art. Yes, Dar. Do some more art. Alright, folks. One other thing I'll share, if I have enough time real quick, is mixed media artists. Sometimes they just don't stay with one media. I like to go from one thing to another. This is my goddess, Wollendorf. She's made out of, it's called air dry clay. This is lightweight stone clay. I've been itching to do a little bit of sculpting. I've used Sculpty before, but I found that when you use this paper clay, or not really paper clay, it's air dry clay, for some reason it just is so much fun to play with. And not everybody knows that there's a way. I found a technique where you take a paintbrush and you wet it and smooth it with that wet paintbrush, that you get a real nice finish. This one's painted turquoise and has some gold leafing, and then a triple coat of varnish to make it shiny. But Goddess of Wollendorf, I mean, that goes back centuries and centuries and centuries, and women are goddesses, you know. Had to have this. So, like I said, I'm itching to start to do. Let me put her back in her little cradle here. She means a lot to me. No, take that paintbrush and wet it. And when you wet it, the clay becomes like silt. S-I-L-T, silt, smooth. And you can get real soft, smooth surface. Here's my caddy with my tools. I don't have a bunch, but what I do have for sculpting and clay and a lot of fun stuff. Yeah. Alright, girls and guys, thank you, Marion, for your inspiration. Thank you, everybody, for the very kind comments. And again, I'm humbled by all the fantastic artists that are out there and that I can connect with. And thank you again and again and again with all my heart. I am enjoying this. This is the first time I've been able to say I've created something every day. Take care.